Yo, what is up YouTube? It's Sync Sports Bets here, and in today's video, I got two player props for the Thursday night football game. It is the New England Patriots versus the New York Jets. Should be a very, very good defensive game. Looking forward to it. Before we get into these picks here, let's go to our NFL spreadsheet for last Sunday's picks. We had four picks. First was Kyle Juszczyk over 6.5 receiving yards, and he was actually the first target of the game, I'm pretty sure. He had a 5 yard gain, and then he had a 6 yard reception later in the game, which solidified the green pick right there. Um, I actually was super confident in that because Niners are dealing with a lot of injuries. I mean, Debo also got injured that game. So Kyle definitely had those opportunities to hit, and he did. So that was awesome to see. And then Tony Pollard, he was on track. He was about halfway at halftime, and then he had a 10 yard rush at the end of the game, which solidified the pick as well. He had about 62 yards and greened for us on that. And then for Trey Palmer, he actually had 0 targets, 0 receptions, obviously. It just was very unfortunate. I was a little confused by that because he was on a hot streak of at least having 1 reception a game. He even had one week one and hit over that line. So don't know what happened there. I don't know why Baker didn't target him. Uh, it might be because McMillan is more in the role, but I'm just not too sure about the situation there. Just unfortunate. But Tampa Bay did get the win there, so that was good to see. And then Dallas, CeeDee Lamb over 3.5 rush yards. They never ran the play. I think they ran it to Cooks, which he had -1 yards. I don't know why they gave it to Cooks. I feel like CeeDee Lamb's a better option for that play. Um, but CeeDee has been hitting this line pretty consistently. But like I said in the last video, the two games that he hit under on that line was because of they got blown out, and this was the case scenario again. Dallas got blown out by the Saints. I think the Saints are legit. A lot of people thought they would be pretty mid this year, but Kamara and Derek Carr and uh, I love the coaching there as well. They're just letting Derek Carr loose and throw those bombs, and they're paying out in the end. I mean, Derek Carr, I'm pretty sure, has scored at least a touchdown every drive or a field goal. So they are getting points very consistently the first 2 weeks. So definitely look to the Saints to continue that hot streak they got there. That was fun to watch. But anyway, let's get to our two picks for the Thursday night football game. First pick of the day, let's go to Breece Hall. So I feel like Breece Hall's rushing yards is very, very high versus the number two ranked defense against the rush. So we're going to smash the under there. Let's go to outlier. Okay, as you guys can see, Breece Hall has hit under in 79% of his games dating back to 2023, and as well as this season. He has hit under in both games this season. He had 62 against Tennessee and 54 versus San Francisco. Um, and he had three against like at the very end of the season when, a lot of these teams are banged up or just kind of gave up. Like the Patriots are way out of um, playoff position, so they don't care. But they are 1-1, and if you look at the last 2 weeks of them defending the run, let's check the stats here. So they played the Seahawks last week, and Charbonnet was the leading back. He had 14 carries for only 38 yards. That is crazy. He had a long of 9 yards. And then if you go to week one, I mean, both of these running backs obviously aren't elite, but they still are running back ones for a pretty good team. For the week one stats, they went against the Bengals and held Zach Moss to 9 carries and 44 rushing yards. So that is pretty elite. Breece Hall obviously is a good running back, but I do expect it to be a very low scoring game. If you look at the total score, it's at like 37.5. That's like the lowest of all the games this week. So I don't expect this to be a very high scoring game. Um, both defenses are actually really, really good. If you guys can see here on the right side, rushing yards allowed, they are ranked 2. That is obviously the second best in the league, allowing teams only to 58 yards average. That is super solid. I love that stat. So take the under on Brees Hall here. I don't expect Brees Hall to hit under, and I love that he hit under in the last 2 games. Anyway, let's go to our second pick here. There's not a lot of options for the Patriots because their passing game is not really connecting right now. They're not really calling as many pass plays because of the quarterback situation. So we're going to go to Ramondre Stevenson over 16.5 rush attempts. Go on Prizepicks here. He has hit over 4 out of 5 games at an average of 19.2 rush attempts. So if you go to Outlier, Ramondre Stevenson has exceeded 16.5 rushing attempts in 4 of his last 5 games versus bottom 10 defenses for rushing attempts against. So, Jets defense is ranked 26 in rush attempts allowed. I'm assuming the same with rush yards allowed. I do see that his rush yards has increased a lot, his line. So that's why we're taking his attempts, because he has been greening out. If you go to 2024, his first 2 weeks, he has hit this in a pretty big margin. He only needs 17 rushing attempts. And if you look at, let's see here, scroll down. So they have been running way more than passing, obviously, at a 58% run rate. That is crazy to think about. I mean, he is getting all of these rushing attempts, sharing about 61% with Antonio Gibson. So I really love this pick here because he's obviously going to be fed the ball a lot. He is the star player on the offense. Quarterback play is obviously pretty garbage. I do not like the Patriots quarterback right now. I wish they played May, but I understand that situation. So, I mean, Brissett can't even throw for 150 yards first 2 weeks. So, I do know that I saw an interview that the coach wants them to throw long bombs, which obviously will help us because if they get a lead, Stevenson would be running obviously a lot more to chew out that clock towards the end of the game. So that would help more if we can get Brissett going versus the Jets. But Jets are favored in this game. All right, guys, these are 2 of my most confident picks for Thursday Night Football. If you guys enjoy this video, make sure to like and subscribe. And if you guys enjoy seeing Outlier doing some backup research, it has all the stats that you need for player props, spreads, money lines, you name it. Outlier has that for you. If you guys want to sign up, use my specific link in my YouTube bio. That is my personal link. If you guys sign up through that, that would support the channel so much since I'm partnered with them. It's a 7-day free trial with a 20 monthly subscription after that. It is the best sports betting tool out there. And if you guys want to join the Discord community chat with me, all the other admins and members, very relaxed and chill community. We post slips from across the board of sports, and we hit at a very high rate. Very enjoyable community over there. So if you guys want to check that out, it is in the YouTube bio as well. Hope you guys have a great night. Let's cash out. Make sure to comment down below if you guys are tailing, and have a good night. Peace.